Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today, we are starting the 2023 top 10s in the 160-pound middleweight division. As this video, we are going to discuss the dropouts, the guys that dropped out of last year's top 10. And before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get, as I continue to build my channel here. So, the middleweight division really did a turnover in 2023, and not for good either. I mean, it really is depleted, and it's a shame some of the guys that were lost that were in the top 10. So there were 6 guys that dropped out of last year's top 10, sadly. So let's go lowest to highest and go over the guys that dropped out. We start with contender Esquiva Falcao from Brazil. Falcao entered the year, he was tied for 10th. And remember, guys, we're not doing the tied for 10ths anymore. There's just going to be one number 10, and that's it. But Esquiva Falcao dropped out of the top 10 because of, well, he lost. He was the number 1 contender for the IBF title. He was actually mandated to fight Triple G. Triple G gave it the belt, so Falcao went in the favorite against little-known Vicente Gualtieri, and he lost. He took a knockdown or 2 in that fight, and Gualtieri outworked him to a unanimous decision. And Falcao, just like that, after being undefeated and regarded as a next, a potential next, good opponent, lost and is now out of the top 10 because of it. He, that was his only fight of the year. He did not bounce back. 34 years old now, so I'm interested in seeing how he bounces back in 2024. But tough break for him because he really had a golden opportunity to become a world champion, and that's disappointing. Next to drop out is undefeated Felix Cash from the United Kingdom. Felix Cash entered the year also tied for 10th, and was, right there. He was right on the border. He was looking good, and he just didn't fight in 2023. I don't know why, but he just was inactive, and he dropped out because of the inactivity. So that was disappointing because he was, getting solid ranking, a solid ranking, and had an opportunity to capitalize on that in I'm sorry, but what is a weak division in the middleweight division. He's 30 years old. Hopefully he gets back in the ring soon and can jump back in. We'll see. Next to drop out was former multiple-time world title challenger Sergey Derevyanchenko. As Derevyanchenko previously was number 9 coming into the year, but Derevyanchenko decided to move up to 168 and challenge Jaime Munguia at that weight class, and had a fight of the year candidate, and now seems is ranked at 168 as well, and that seems to be his division of choice now. And I think that's a good decision in terms of bigger fights, but it might be a bad decision in terms of he might have more opportunities to become world champion finally at 160. But he had a great showdown with Munguia, and there's better opportunities at 168. He's 38 years old, so he's running out of the time to cash in on those big opportunities. Next to drop out was former WBA champion Ryota Murata of Japan. Ryota Murata previously was number 8. He retired. He had lost to Triple G back in 2022 to unify belts. Triple G stopped him, and following that loss, he took the rest of the year off, and then decided in 2023 that he was going to retire. So Ryota Murata retires from the sport, will no longer be in it. He is 37 years old. Next to drop out, former junior middleweight champion, undefeated Jaime Munguia. Munguia previously was number 5, and he dropped out when he moved to 168 to fight Sergey Derevyanchenko, and had a fight of the year candidate, had a big, that was a that was a nice win, and now he's got his next fight is going to be at 168 as he wants to pursue his career there. So he's moved out and dropped out of the top 10 as well. And the last guy to drop out of the top 10 is 41-year-old former unified middleweight champion of the world, Triple G Gennady Golovkin. Triple G entered the year #1. He had unified belts in 2022 and moved up to 168 to challenge Canelo for the undisputed title in a third fight. He lost that rubber match by unanimous decision, and everybody thought he'd be moving back down to 160. And when the mandatories were ordered, he gave up both belts. He gave up the WBA and the IBF belt. There was rumors of him maybe fighting John Ryder or moving to 168 officially, like staying there. Nothing ever came to fruition, and Triple G has not fought since the loss to Canelo a little over a year ago. So, you know, I'm disappointed by that. I like Triple G. He's a really great fighter. I feel like he's got more work to do, but at 41, you know, tough to say what he's gonna do. And if he does, he probably just wants to cash in on big fights, and most of the big fights are at 168. So, I get it, you know, but I would rather see Triple G fight. But, you know, Triple G's a veteran. He's been around a long time. And now he just, you know, he just probably wants to just ride off into the sunset. Or, as I said, just take on bigger fights for more money. And he's earned that. He really has earned that right to want to do that at this point. So, that's it. That's what I got. That is the 2023 dropouts for the 154-pound super, or the 160-pound middleweight division. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.